Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. I've got a semi-prepared, semi-research show. I've been watching a lot of stuff. Hey everybody in the chat. Oh, Robot Jim shirt debut. Heck yeah. Let me get a good picture of what's going on here. Got oh yeah. And this is going to be my it says redacted. This will be the conspiracy shirt. I'm loving this shirt. I am bragging about you, bro. This is awesome. Hey Renee, hey Diane, hey Tim, hey Aussie, hey Lee, and Wayne, and everybody's here. Cool. Yeah. I can only guess that the headline brought y'all here because I'm gonna go over a bunch of that stuff. And I actually wrote my notes down in reverse order as I'm going to read them. So thank you. I love it. Hey, Cindy. I know I'm usually not a reddish, maroonish type of person, but it does. It works. It works pretty good. Oh, okay, cool. Well, you're quantum. See, the shirt says it. If you're here, you're quantum. But yeah, and everybody is coming in. Zach, Jim. Hell yeah, dude. This thing is awesome. He did this himself. This is that's awesome, dude. So yeah, um, I'm also I talked with Jim earlier and said, hey, do you have the no text version? And I ran it through an AI 2D to 3D. So working on an action figure design. It's in the idea stage. So yeah, um this is from Robot Jim. He did it. It's freaking yeah. And dude, thank you so much. This is cool. This is really cool. It's done perfect. The spacing and everything, especially the sleeve. Can't find nobody do sleeves. Okay. So I'm going to work on some other handmade merch because if I can do it for the toys, I can do it for here. I even did it for other shows. But anyway, okay. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I've been kind of interrelating with everything, right? Oh, write it in. I forgot to even do that. I know who this is from. Hell yeah. Keep it quantum or quantum. Thanks. Thanks, man. 333 on the PayPal. Thanks, y'all. Thank you. Wayne. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Okay, I gotta keep an eye on it for stuff like that. That stuff makes things happen like the face detector, which I've got an idea for. But anyway, shout out Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters. Link in description. Okay, go. He does. Man, your shows you get guests and they're deep dives. People who live the stuff. Okay. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be listening from work, but I'll be there. I like Jim and Jade. Jim and Jade's cool. Um, okay. So I've been watching. I'm literally have my YouTube history open right now, and Vetted has been doing a whole lot of work on. I don't know. Vetted seems to be like the reality check for ufology, right? He reports on what people are saying, like Stephen Greer. He went over Stephen Greer stuff, like he knows something, he doesn't know something. He knows they're aliens, but he never seen them. It's like those are good points that Patrick is making, right? Okay. And let me tell you, I've been looking at the comparison of the theories of evolution versus the theories of modification, the Anunnaki modification. And there are a lot of parallels. And it seems like there's a long game. So the Anunnaki, if you read Sitchin's stuff, go over Sitchin's stuff, then it's like they live a long time. They're in it for a long game, almost as if they are outside of time. Time doesn't affect them as it affects us. Okay. I'm not really, if this stuff was easy, we'd all be like, oh, yeah, 1,000 years ago, I was riding waves in Mesopotamia or whatever, right? Not 1,000 years ago. But if this stuff was easy to understand, we wouldn't have all these questions, right? And it wouldn't be a bunch of trolls doing it. It would be common knowledge. So it seems like the Anunnaki have, when you look at the Homo sapiens, uh, Homo floresiensis, that's an interesting one, right? And then you look at previously the Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon. They seem to be both part of the environment, like shaped by the environment, and also something else thrown in. We call it mutations. They say we don't know. Wayne is asking, what do you make of the ages of some? I think they were a kind of outside of time, outside, just like the Anunnaki, where they were outside of that shackle that we have of being stuck. What Doctor Who says, going the long way round. They have some kind of something, and I believe it's Anunnaki related, either hand me down technology or some kind of latent genetic trait or something. And well, that's a good question. He says, what do you make of the ages of some of the people in the Old Testament? Hundreds of years? We're the engineers? Well, I think we're the product. We're the product. Either modified. I go with the modified theory. Okay. More than evolution. I know there is evidence for both. Okay. And I was talking earlier to somebody, the Aztecs, and excuse me, not the Aztecs. I made the exact same mistake. The Mayans, gone. Food left on the table. Things left right where they were being used. Gone. Were they the advanced ones? Were they the ones that whoever it was, the Anunnaki, or maybe them themselves, had some kind of an awakening, or they got picked up by their parent people, and we're the cavemen that got left over? Are we the descendants? Because I was thinking about it. We no longer hit each other with sticks and rocks. Now we use missiles and bombs. And we still have the same behavior as we did hundreds of years ago before any of the modern technology. And okay, well, I've been looking a lot at that and seeing the parallels between the modification theory and the evolution theory, and they don't contradict each other, which is really weird. Okay, Johanna James, I don't have a link in the description, but Johanna James, she's British, and she talks about what's going on in Egypt and now South America. She's looking at things in South America, not just the Egyptian area and the Mesopotamian area. So I've been looking at a lot of Extinct Zoo is another channel I just went to, right? And I've been doing a lot of just thinking on these things, you know. There's this other one. She has a PhD. Let me tell you, if you ever want to feel dumb, go listen to the PhD talk, okay? Gut Sick Gibbon. That is a great channel, okay? And she talks about evolution, animals. She talks mainly about animals, right? That lead up to Homo sapiens and different papers and research that comes out. There's a couple other ones. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the chat. I normally try not to look at the chat, right? While I'm doing the solo because, well, I want to get it out there before I run out of time. We're already almost at 12 minutes, and I actually started on time. Well, thank you, Joe, and welcome back. Art Keith does a great job explaining Anunnaki, but you're doing a great job too right now, Nathan. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm hoping to. I mean, it's my take on things, right? I don't know, but there have been things come up and just little bits of evidence and things that only make sense if some other stuff is true, you know, contextual stuff. Okay, so I've been looking a lot at that, and it leads me, and I was like, I got to get my mind straight somehow. What am I going to do here? Well, I wanted to start with the state of ufology disclosure. Like I said, Patrick Unvetted is doing a great job of being the reality check for ufology. And let's see, that Barber dude, he came out. Well, it turns out Patrick found out because that lawyer Sheehan dropped a bomb that he was working for a defense contractor, and he named him. And who was it? Can anybody remember? Yeah, okay, yeah. If you're here, Quantum, of all the cat videos and all the internet, you ended up here because you're Quantum. That's why, right there. Yeah. But yeah, Patrick has, I think it was Northrop Grumman. I think that was the company he was working for. That he mentioned he was a private contractor working for Northrop Grumman. I think that's what he said, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, he's got the. Do y'all get it? Our cat videos are here and not here. That harkens back to my first show, dude. Like, is it a show or isn't it? You won't know until you see it. That's a Schrodinger's cat reference for any new listeners. I don't know. They may be listening. It looks like I have a handful in the chat, but a bigger handful watching. Great to see. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the Quantum Show. If this is your first time, then we talk about stuff from a quantum spiritual perspective. Spiritual quantum is coming to mean about the same thing nowadays. Me and the people in the chat, the people on the panel, we've all figured out that this stuff is not unrelated to a lot of other things that we do. Spirituality. I don't mean religion, I mean spirituality and all of that. But so that's a little bit of a little primer for y'all. Plus, I do tech, robots, AI. I wanted to hit on AI if I can at the end of this, but I got a little bit to talk about, right? So, state of disclosure. Now, that's Barber talking about Northrop Grumman and that Danny Sheehan. I really don't look at mainstream ufology too much, but they've already long time ago made it to mainstream news, and they're talking about those drones in New Jersey. Why have they been dropped from the news? Mainly because Trump came out and said they're FAA approved. It was Trump, right? He said he had somebody to do it. He had somebody say they're FAA approved. Don't look over here. There's nothing to see here. Don't look behind the curtain, right? So the drones are ours, and that's what uh I think the disclosure that we're going to get this year is going to be technical. It's not going to be aliens. That's personal. You can talk to them if you want to, but you have to want to, and you have to let go of all these preconceived notions. They're not ET, they're not Halo, they're not Star Trek or Star Wars. Okay, they're none of that. You have to get to know them. Mm. I just happened to look over here. Yes, Schrodinger. Schrodinger's podcast. Is it a podcast or isn't it? You won't know until you look. So, and then observer effect, yeah. And once you see it, you will affect it. That is correct. And that's exactly right. We get it. The people here get it. Google link not in the description for Schrodinger's cat theory. Okay. So looking at the disclosure stuff, the drones, where did they just disappear? I actually talked to Scotty the Medium. He's a YouTuber, and he was talking about drones. And I asked him, hey, have you seen anything about drones lately? He lives in New Jersey. He said, no, I haven't seen anything for 2 weeks. And that was a few weeks ago. So, uh, is the program over? Was the proof of concept delivered, proven or disproven? Was data gathered? Are we going to, do I get a remote control drone of my own one day? Go down to the drone dealer? Maybe, I don't know, Hyundai? Go buy a Ford drone where I can just get in it and it'll, like in that movie Minority Report, you just tell the car where you want to go and it follows a track and takes you there, and then they fly. That would be cool. Yeah, program over. New Jersey has fallen. How did it fall? I mean, beyond the obvious. Program is over. It seems to be the program's over because the guy Scotty, he said he hasn't seen one in 2 weeks, and that was weeks ago. So I'm going with either they figured something out or they did what they were going to do, and now they've got the machine. It's proven because there was another small report that nobody wanted to look at because it wasn't very sensational. They said that there's a drone testing corridor from New Jersey down going way south, and it was just a drone testing corridor, and the FAA was aware of it, but they weren't making it public, which is problematic because we pay for that stuff, right? We're in the United States. I'm in the United States, and most of my listeners are in the United States. Hey, Diane. Uh, I think I saw you come in earlier. I'm sorry I didn't say hi if I didn't. But there was a quarter program, and the FAA was aware. FAA is supposed to publish your stuff because, well, we pay for it, and that's part of the whole federal deal is transparency. Why weren't they being transparent about it? If they're ours, tell us they're ours. And when you deal with the FAA, I don't care if you're a private company, you have to disclose either yourselves being the private company or through the FAA, and they will disclose it for you. But yeah, that's public panic is not good for it's not a good look, federal government, okay? So we're going to get something coming out here pretty soon, some kind of technological release of either information, or maybe they'll do it the same old way, give it to the private sector, let them make something, and then we buy it. Laser discs, compact discs, DVDs, magnetic sensors. Those are all things developed, sold to the private sector, right? And then we started using it, and it's normal. Cell phones, okay? All normal now. Touch screen, all normal now. So what's the next thing? Are they going to sneak it in on us, or are they going to put it on, sell it at Best Buy? Is it going to be in a car? Are we going to just not notice it in a plane? Because airplanes, all right. The general public does not know how an airplane works. They know it has wings, it has engines, it shoots air out the back of it, but they don't know how a lot of these little devices work, what the materials are made of. There is a lot that goes into it. Now, that is public, right? All that stuff is on the FAA website. If you care to read a bunch of white papers, you can look at the stuff because it's disclosed through the FAA. But nobody looks at it because, well, my blender turns on, so I don't need to know how it works. Same thing with a microwave, my printer, my whatever device you're going to use. Hey, yell it from the rooftops, brother. UFO's all normal now. Yell it from the rooftops. And okay, are they going to sneak it in on us? They're going to go, are they going to give it to Apple? Because I was looking at my history, right? And there are, okay, the extreme end of technological stuff, robotics, AI robots, right? There is Helix, that looks to be a very advanced android robot, and it is not no 3-foot tall mini me of a robot. It is a life size, like 6 foot tall. And I will leave a link in the description after this show. Okay. I'll go ahead and copy right now. And it is from actually 2 days ago. This, if it works, will make all of the let's see here, all of the current ones that are commercially known look like Tinker Toys. And that is Helix. They work together and they cooperate with each other. They move very human-like. They're made to be used by humans in the home. And thank you, Aussie. Yeah. Welcome to the show. If you're here at Quantum, Aussie Boss has said, and I keep forgetting to say things like that. YouTube likes it when I say that. And yeah, Robot Jim is saying, no one cares how the blue smoke is made as long as it works. You're absolutely correct. Talking about technology, they're going to sneak it in on us, right? And I can go ahead and show you a preview of, I could show a, so I'm not going to be able to play a video. It's on a video, right? Wait a minute, let me do this. It's on a video. I'm not going to show the video because no permission, but let me get over to it. There, you see that thing standing there? Let me go ahead and hit play. There's not gonna be any sound. If there is sound, I'm very surprised about it. Let me go ahead and just turn the sound off and skip ahead. The guy places a bunch of items in front of it, gives it some instructions, put these things away. I watched this video already. And they go to work. They put things in, they move very slowly, but they're moving very deliberately. And they look at it, determine what is supposed to go into cold storage, not cold storage, at hand, in a drawer, etc. That is Helix. And there's another one, and this is from Figure. Okay. Link in description after the show. There is a new robot, Helix. Another, well, it's another showing of the Helix robot. I have not watched that video. I will. And, well, back to the discussion. I hope y'all were able to see that, right? Hey, Blue Chicken, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Great to see you. I've been going all around. Hey, I'm cold is still with us. I thought you had disappeared, dude. Good to see you back. And who else is here? Wow, I got a bunch of people. Foglog123, welcome to the Quantum Show. I do not recognize your name. Great that you showed up here. Appreciate it. And let's see, UAP and NHI are lame. It is all about UFOs, dude. Yeah, and well, okay, they can be lame. There are more interesting things to talk to, right? Talk on, sorry. But I like it. But I don't talk UAP. I talk UFO. I don't say NHI. I say aliens. Because why rebrand it? Would they got to pay royalties? What? No, I mean it's not Marvel and Disney, okay? It's ufology. I will have to check that out. Eyes over Lake Huron? I'll have to check that out. Well, anyway, welcome. Glad you found me. So that's my take on technology, and the robots are just kind of like the extreme end. Are you going to buy one? I would love to buy one. I was this close to buying one of the Raintree robotic dogs. But I said, you know what? I got my hands full. And there's no there's no support for it. There's no first party support for it. Buyer beware. So I decided I'm not going to do that. And okay, ufology as a topic, okay, is bringing me up to the update I did earlier this week about the non-human report. I hope everyone saw it, right? Okay, let me go through that a little bit, right? Yeah, okay, about disclosure and all the people on the forefront. I think they're chasing their own tail on this point, at this point, right? I think Grush and Elizondo and all the headliners, Sheehan, all them guys, right? They're all just kind of chasing their own tail, promoting their own books, doing their own thing, drumming up all the attention that they want to get. That's what I think's going on with ufology. With all this talk about ufology, where are the aliens? You know, I mean, the egg video, right? Jake Barber, the egg video. Okay. That looked like a teaser. That looked like it was one step up from a still image, honestly. Okay. Yeah. I agree. Is it a psyop to cover up distracting from the real info? There we go. I mean, me and Wayne are, I don't know, we're uniquely qualified in that we were both like in it at one point. Like the military industrial complex, we were both in it. Okay. I was in it. He was in it. We know how these people think. And we can see, like, when Elizondo came on the scene, I was like, he's on protocol. I said that I have a library of these things from for the past years, right? By the way, the show's been on over 2 years. Crazy, I know. And um, I I think I went on Amy's show or there was a round table of somewhere, and I was like, Lou is on protocol because the way he was doing it, just I was like, oh, and so is Tim. Tim was in there with me too, right? He was on protocol. I called it from the beginning. A bunch of the ufology show people, the attendees, were just swallowing it, and I don't know, was it exciting? Because who did we had up to that point, right? We had Whitley Strieber, and he's still doing stuff. Okay, he didn't just write a book in the 80s and that's it. He's still doing stuff. Let's see here. I'm gonna look at the chat for a minute. Hey, Bonnie, aliens did it. Yep, maybe. This is a theory. This is a deep. Oh, it's not today's show, but yeah, we could be the product of. He said we are the bipedal robots. That is a very good thing. I cannot cover tonight, dude. But yes, that is a very good thing. I cannot cover tonight, but it is a very. We're biomechanical. We are. We use electricity. We use pressure, pneumatics, hydraulics. All of that stuff. Thank you, Diane. Yes. Oh, hit that like button. Diane says so, and I agree. My little sticker wants to come off. It's round and it's anyway. Blue. Amy is still doing her shows in the morning. And every now and again, when something comes up, she will do an evening show. She's one of the heavy hitters, dude. She really is. She is a heavy hitter. And I tend to follow her show with contents on my own here because she brings my attention to stuff that I not necessarily don't see. I miss it. I mean, there's a lot going on. What did I say? Technology. What have I said so far? State of disclosure, the narrative. And this is all 1 week, right? Non-human report, AI. And wow, there's just a lot has been going on lately. And I'm glad we have a bunch of shows. And I wasn't really all with vetted at first, but he's like the ufology reality check. Like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Let's see what you said here. Let's see what you said here. And he brings it to light, right? And when he was watching that Danny Sheehan talk, well, Jake Barber might be a plant because that's what Burchett is starting to think. Or that's what he's saying. He's saying Jake Barber is a plant. He's misinformation. Well, that is entirely possible because if he was hired by Northrop Grumman, then that would make him a contractor and beholden to the company. It's nuts. And just so much is going on. And what's being presented? He was in the military and he got called in the middle of the night to go pick up an egg. Okay, I don't like that explanation, right? But if he was hired by Northrop Grumman, I think that was what he said, Northrop Grumman. Then he was beholden as a contractor to have standards and their narrative, it's all narrative. So I really don't know who to trust, but you know who I knew how I need to call them. I need to call them back. And I don't know. Every time I try, it's like I'm getting a busy signal or putting on a call wait list and I just on hold forever or just the call won't go through. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but that's how I can interpret it. Mm. So, um, well, oh yeah, as a contractor, his NDA should have been stronger than ours. Yeah, ours meaning military guys, right? Like I can talk about anything. Okay, if I saw it, they kept me away from everything. Let me tell you, I have been this way even back when I was in the military. DJ Wardove will attest. I was the open weird one. There was a lot of turns out there was a lot of closet weirdos. But I was openly like this. And yeah. So he says as a contractor his NDA, well, his NDA apparently not Danny Sheehan cuz he's the one that talked about it. I forget who he was talking to specifically, but it was over on Vetted's channel. Link should be down there. Oh, Blue Chicken says, I used to be a regular viewer of Amy's show, but drama scared me away. It's been years now. Perhaps I'll swing by and test the waters. I don't know if I'm welcome. Yes, you are. Any drama, let me tell you, you know this about YouTube drama. It's here one day, gone the next, and no one wants to remember it because they're busy with other stuff. Come back. Go back to Amy's show. You will not regret it. Foglog is saying, did he look like a hammerhead shark with legs? Mine did. I don't know what you're referring to. Or okay, must be in the chat that I'm not able to look at. But yeah, Blue, go back. Everything's cool, right? Speaking of going back to shows, I wanted to go a little bit over the people who have left willingly this show. I'm not going to name names, but it seems like a lot of people don't like what me and my panel and the subscribers, they don't like it and they go crazy. I mean, literally, I'm talking like karma style crazy. Okay. It's almost as like something flicked the switch in reality and we went one way and they went another. We all well, the longtime listeners know what I'm talking about, right? Um all right, let me dial back from my show. Blue says, I went to see GUFON and he said that he thought I hated him. I don't know where he got that from. That's Rich. He thought I hated him. I've been following him for like 12 years and he thought I was mad at him because I had to move and I didn't go to the show. Yeah. Rich, that's just Rich. Okay. Rich is no, he thinks that if you I don't know, go to GUFON, right? I am still a supporter. I'm a friend of the GUFON show, right? Go over there. Yeah, you've known of me for a long time, and I believe we met at Rich's show. But no, nobody is hating on anybody, except a few, and they all hate on me and us. And well, they can go along with their merry selves, and I'm sure they're happier. You know what? If this show doesn't give them some kind of inner warm and fuzzy, it's not for them, right? I try to make us think. I try to um like get us thinking because y'all, I think a lot during the week. And um I don't know how else to say it, you know. I'm not a fanboy show. I don't do that here. Other people do that. I don't like I'm friends with Amy in this capacity right here, you know. She set her guidelines. I will obey those guidelines. It's all good. We all have guidelines and boundaries, and we all get along. And when you don't get along, you get gone. And look, everybody who don't want to be here is not here. Sayonara, right? They're already gone. I'm not talking about anybody in the chat now. Wow, did we get off or what? I'm talking about robots and alien technology, and all of a sudden everybody can go to hell. No. Everybody just let me go. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to do that. But speaking of just people who have left the audience, left the show, they can go. I mean, links in the description. No, I was already headed that way before you came in, bro. It's all good. Right. DJ is saying most of us here know Nathan in real life for a very long time. Yeah, very long time. But thanks, y'all. But yeah, go Blue, go back to Amy. Just hit like, leave a comment. Let me tell you, she's been super busy. Okay, she don't have time and doesn't put a lot of energy into people who she thinks doesn't like her. Right? Neither do I. I don't mention nobody here. Uh, but Elizondo, I'll talk about Elizondo every damn day. Disclosure, Monty. When is Trump going to release those documents he said he would? You know what? There's a game to be played, and he's got to change the rules first, right? Because if you break the rules, you get in trouble. And it's a different world they live in than we live in. So he's got to change the rules first before he can break the non-existent rules, because now he's legal. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but yeah, I want to hear about it too. I want to hear about it too. And but I'm going to leave that one alone. But I will say I want to hear about it too, but he's got to change the rules before he can do that, right? So yeah, but Blue, Amy's been really busy and she concentrates on the stuff that she's working on. Her, just like me, just like most YouTubers who are still around, unless that's their anyway, they try to focus on the material. Unlike what I'm doing right now. um so we're all doing our things. If bad things happen, we don't need to highlight them. We can just move along. Move along. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Move along. Right? And that's what I'm doing. Like this week, the twins showed up, the non-human report. Okay. Talking about disclosure and all the theories behind it. Last year I went to the Bigfoot conference. I'm going again this year, right? It's in a few months. I'm going to go again. But last year didn't have much happen until these two girls started showing up all over the auditorium. And I thought, well, they look odd. They look like they were in track meet shorts, like they had been given these shorts by the school, like those kinds of shorts, not the kinds you want to buy, but the kinds they make you wear. And they look like they were in track meet outfits at a Bigfoot conference. So I just saw them and I took note of them. And then I was standing up at the stage off to the side because I got the cheap seat, so I had to stand. And one of them got like right here watching the show in front of me. I was like, rude, and I turn around and the other one, tall and short, the tall one got in front of me. The short one was standing right behind me. I just turned around to walk away and she was right behind me. I'm talking like, whoop, there she is. So that definitely got my attention. They looked odd anyway because they had like a perm blonde and they were about yay tall. They're about yay tall and yay tall. Yeah, something like that. Well, they disappeared. No puff of smoke, no flash of light. They just were gone. We were looking for them. They were just gone. So that's when I did the first non-human report on them. Well, yeah, the other day, Shin Goji, Tim in Gatlinburg or near Gatlinburg, he said, I'll just go back over it, right? Let me get the message. I went over this in the non-human report update from the other day, but I'll say it again. I don't care. Where are we at? Okay. I need to get Tim on here more because there is more to his story that I should have covered up to now. So this is his message to me from Thursday, right? So remember the twins? I did this already, but I'm going to do it again. My show. Shush. Sit down. No refunds. So remember the twins from the conference last year? Well, I saw them today standing in the parking lot at work. Every time I went outside, they were standing in the same spot every time. I tried to take a picture, but they didn't show up on my camera. I asked him to clarify that. Very strange to see them after all this time. And he said, I said, did you take the pictures anyway? He said, I tried, but my phone turned off. That happened to me here with the spirit. Okay. So that's an interesting cross reference. Okay. Phone turns off when you try to take a picture of them. That seems to be a common occurrence. And I remember we need to just go into this stuff. Me and Shin Goji, okay? He has a camera and there are triangle UFOs that are being seen from time to time. And they don't want to be have their picture taken. Okay. Oh, now you're hitting on it. Watergate was a distraction. Yeah. That was, you know what? That was a part of disclosure, a part of it. Before that, JFK. Oh, we said it. It came up in my chat right as I was saying it. JFK. JFK and Maryland were both taken out because they were about to. Here's the deal, right? Now you can look this up. They were going to disclose that them and Russia were going to start working together about aliens. You don't do that in the Cold War, right? This was it. The Cold War was orchestrated by somebody. Okay, I don't know who, but they were going to start working with Russia with them. They like to call it colluding, right? Yeah, when saying this crew is on the same wavelength, and yeah, for real, we are. Okay, JFK. Right as I said JFK, I saw your thing popped up in the chat. And I was like, I was just about to say that because Watergate. Yeah, You know what we call that around here? The quantum link. That's what I call it, because we are all we have been watching this stuff unfold for years, and we wouldn't have things like redacted, right? Why is it redacted? What makes it redacted, and why is it redactable? Why does it need to be redacted? And yeah, there are too many parallels for me to argue with that. The Simpsons are an alternate dimension of Earth where the rules of animations, not physics, prevail. That's There are quite a lot of blue chicken. Good one. Love it. But there are quite a lot of parallels between The Simpsons and here, and then Futurama. He's like, "Yep, this is what you got." Yeah, Blue, that was a good one. I talk about retracted and message retracted. Love it. Okay, but he said JFK. They were about to I get distracted. Not redacted, distracted. Ooh, see what I did there? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm corny, but JFK was about to start the working with Russia on the UFO thing, the aliens thing. But apparently, I said this, right? I'm saying it. There was some kind of directive to not let that happen because the Cold War was not really of our doing. We were being directed. Both of us and Russia, were being directed, right? Gorbachev. At the time, it was Gorbachev. And everybody was being directed because everybody's reactive. We need to be, well, I'm saying, this is me saying it. I try to be proactive, not reactive, because I don't need to wait for something to happen to make me want to do something, right? I want to do something for my own reasons, not be reactive like, oh, well, I have to do this. I'm getting a buzzing in my ear. I'm getting a, yeah, that was, hello, everyone just now tuning in, whether you're from Earth, whether you're from a gray van out in the road somewhere, like and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum because I heard you come in. Thanks for watching. And speaking of wavelengths, I just heard that the buzzing in my ear from nowhere. And okay, well, but they were gonna, but JFK, and it's theorized that he pillow talked to Marilyn, right? That they, hey Samantha, you join the chat. Great for you. I'm glad you're here, Samantha. Thank you for coming in. Um, well, I try to be. I've been watching a lot of stand-up comedy lately. Anyway, some kind of directives from somewhere else said, no, you can't work together and you can't talk about this. So everyone's got to go, leading up to Watergate. I think, yeah, we're all on the same, we're all on the same wavelength here. You know, Lynn called it. We know this. And it just takes reminders sometimes, you know. But they the directive was to not let it happen, and that led up to Watergate. Watergate was also about disclosure, and that would have also then included JFK, right? So they didn't want to talk about that because everybody still worked there, and they're all going to get in trouble. A lot of them can still get in trouble. And we stopped doing the son of my son, some 7 sons down the road are going to pay for your sins. We don't do that. We don't do that anymore. As a society, I mean, I don't mean the government. They've never done that. Not our government that I'm aware of. I don't know. But they were going to and Now here we are, right? And we're all talking about this. It seems like they are coming to talk to us, but we're not ready because, like, we're the leftover cavemen from thousands of years ago when the Mayans left. They were the ones, the advanced ones. We're the cavemen that got left over and we had to fend for ourselves, right? And they're coming back. They're already here. I mean, I'm doing non-human reports. I'm seeing them all over the place. Lots of different ones, right? I just picked up a couple of books. Let me show you what I got. All right, now I like to do these and compare and contrast, right? I posted this, but this is from Craig Campabasso. I picked up this one, right? I'm not putting it on my reading list yet. And these things both read like novels. It's not exactly an almanac. It does have it's like keyword things, right? Now, here's one. Zeta Reticulum, right? I have not read these yet. I like reference books. Okay. There's that one. And here, this is from Michael Sala. This one is going to fall under scrutiny for me. Okay. Galactic Federation Councils, secret space programs. Now, why do we need to keep them secret? Right? Why? What's the point of that? I think I know why, but and then here comes Sala. Oh boy, this might end up being a waste of money, but I don't know. I don't care. We'll find out. I just got something coming. This just materialized. Don't know where it came from. I've got change in my pocket, but I haven't been in my pocket. This is a nickel. I don't know where it came from. As I got up, it hit the floor. Maybe it came out. Don't know. I never know anymore. If I was 100% muggle, I say, "Oh well, I dropped a nickel." I don't have any. How did he get out of my pocket? I'm wearing kind of like my tight OnlyFans plumber jeans right now. Right? Not exactly, but these aren't my loose pants that I wear for work. Okay, um, I need to make that. I need to make that forever because that was pretty funny. I need to. Mhm. That was a pretty good one. It just comes out, right? It just comes out. That's how I get t-shirt slogans. Next on the Quantum Show, plumber jeans. Okay, y'all, I think I need to get some fresh coffee. This is cold and I need some more. Okay, it is the end of the show. Let me go ahead and wrap it up. I didn't talk about most of everything. That's fine. I didn't talk about AI. AI has been making waves, and it's like they tell me this thing that I bought, these things, the facial recognition thing, right? Is got AI. I bet I don't have them in that size either. This is supposed to have an AI tool in it. It's facial recognition tracker, right? How would I use this in ghost detection? Put a trail cam here. This thing finds the face, follows it. What does the camera see after that? Right? The fact that this is moving means it's seeing something. Okay. but I haven't implemented that yet because that's not waterproof. And it's been pretty rainy here and breezy. So I wanted to go over some stuff with AI, but didn't get to it. But you know what? It is a great time to be alive right now. We're in one of the biggest states of change in history, in human history. Human history. This is like we're about to rediscover fire, and it's going to change everything for everybody, right? Or I don't know. Hey, Sarah, I'm not really sure. But we're at any of this disclosure now. We've been getting it for a while. It's been slow drip disclosure, but is it changing our lives? Because it's about to. I love it. I'm here for it. We're all here for it. We're all here for the great change. We're in the middle of a great reset right now. Every 80 or so years, it's divided up into smaller sections after that, right? But if you look hard, it's divided up into smaller sections, even after that. Where did the airships go? The Zeppelins, right? Where did they all go? They're enormous and they were all over the place. Where did they go? I know that the Smithsonian has one. Where'd they go? Recycled? No one wants to even talk about it, right? NASA was not the beginning of a program. It was the continuation of a program. And I forget what it's called, but it was NACA, not NASA. And it stood for something totally different, right? Anyway, we are on the edge of really a new paradigm, a big one this time. Okay. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. Okay. In all of time and space, we're here to see all of this go down. Y'all, this has been the Quantum Show. First hour solo. Thank you for being here. New shirt. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And shout out Wayne and Michelle for the 333 PayPal. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I think they've taken off now. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, calm myself down, get some more coffee because I get so wrapped up. And we went over quite enough. It's been a heavy news week, right? And I think I'm doing all right. I think we're all doing all right. Had some newcomers. Aussie is saying, please like and subscribe. If you're here, you're Quantum. That is the red light official. That means it's time to go. The panel will come up later. I don't know who's going to be there. I'll send out links as normal, but we'll see who shows up. If they're up to it, they'll come on. Okay. And we're putting the buttons, putting those buttons. Heck yeah, I know what you mean. We are pushing buttons. And I can never find my stuff. Here we go. Pushing buttons. Oh. Thanks, everybody. I'm out of here. I am going to actually push those buttons. And I will be back soon. 20, 30 minutes or so. You know the deal. Got to recharge. Coffee time. Everybody knows. Talk to you soon. Keeping it quantum. Thanks, everybody. Pushing